Greetings, ladies and gentlefish. This video is going to bring you a pair of subscriber replays, both in American heavy tanks. First up, we have Jamjax. Jamjack X? Jamjax. I'm gonna go with Jamjax. Jam for short. He is driving the T1 heavy tank. This is the Tier 5 American heavy tank. This is actually a machine I really quite like, although I haven't... I think I do have a replay of this machine on my channel, but it's quite a long time ago. I don't think there's a commentary or anything like that. Basically, by the time I started recording videos, I didn't really have this machine anymore, although I'm thinking of rebuying it at some point. Anyway, Jam is in a Tier 5 game, so he is top tier, which is a good start. And we're here on... what the hell is the name of this map? Sacred Valley. God, I always get this muddled. And it looks like he's going to go and take the traditional heavy route along the B-C lines. This is an encounter game, of course. So the capture circle is on the other side of the map. But generally speaking, you still find that the more heavily armoured machines tend to duke it out along the B and C lines, much like they do in a standard game. So the T1 Heavy is quite a large machine. It plays a bit more like a heavy medium hybrid. It's relatively mobile. The gun it's the same gun that you get on the Sherman. It's definitely a medium tank gun, but it works well enough on this tank. And the all-round armour on this thing is not very good, but the frontal armour is good. Now, Jam here is in an awkward position. He's got a KV-1 ahead of him, a B-1 ahead of him. The B-1 isn't really the issue though. He's got a KV-1 behind him, an AMX-40. There's a whole world of pain over here. So, priority. Stop the guys shooting him from behind, shiv the guys in front of him. This KV-1 is using the howitzer. I'm just going to pause this game for a second. This KV-1 is using the howitzer, which is how Jam lost a lot of health in one shot. I think that was actually from the other KV-1, who might also be using the howitzer, strangely enough. Now, Jam is currently aiming at the lower plate of this guy. If he shifted his aim to the front drive wheel, he'd be able to keep this KV-1 tracked, stop him moving, and do damage at the same time. Instead of aiming at the lower plate, aim at that inner drive wheel, because there you can see the KV-1 repaired his track and ran away. Switching targets to the M3 Lee from the B1, which is very sensible because the B1's gun is terrible, the M3 Lee has the more threatening weapon, but the KV-1 is what you want to prioritise. Now, that shot tracks the KV-1, and now you can see Jam is shooting him in that inside drive wheel, and he executes the KV-1. Now this B1 is just so massively outclassed, it's kind of funny. I mean, Jam is really giving him a little bit too much of his side armour for the B1 to shoot at, but finish him off with a ram. The T1 is quite heavy, and there we go. Somehow, Jam is still alive. B1 is complaining if only he had a decent gun. Yeah, it's fair enough, the gun on the B1 does suck. But somehow Jam is still alive. Now, he prioritised the correct targets, taking out the KV-1 first. That was the most dangerous. And when the situation presented itself, ignoring the B-1 and concentrating on the M3 Lee, again, has a more dangerous gun. So that was well played. I would just, my advice would be just to go for that inside drive wheel when you can, hold someone in place, do damage at the same time, and really spoil their day. Especially if they're angled like that, such the front of their tank is pointing up and the rear of their tank is down, because if they don't have the gun depression to bring the gun down far enough to shoot you, it can be quite amusing. Anyway, nonetheless, Jam has picked up 3 kills, and they were a top tier tank and 2 mid-tier tanks, so they are valuable kills to have. His team are winning 10-7. You can see that the frontal armour on this tank is pretty good. See if we can pick up the artillery. Come on. No. Reload, 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 reload. Ah, someone else got him. So what have the enemy team got left? They've got a pair of Chinukais. It's unusual to see those, and they're not even platooned. Alright. Pair of Chinukais. Type T34 over by the friendly spawn, and a T80 who is wishing he weren't in this game, I imagine. So, Chinukai. Alas, this gun is not particularly accurate. Oh, Chinukai dies. Nose. Other Chinukai is there. Come on, T1 is coming for you. No! God damn it. T80. This would be almost embarrassing if Jam picked up the kill. I mean, this guy's a tier 4, but yeah, he's not a massive threat. Let's be honest here. So it's just the T80 and the Type T34. I mean, this game is pretty much over. Let's just speed it along a little bit. Can Jam pick up the kill on this guy? Come on, shove him from behind. Hey, there's kill number 4. And the Type T34 has come back for a bit of a sparring match. Excellent. Can Jam pick up any damage on him? That would be brilliant. There he is. No, a miss. Angle the front of your tank to him, as Jam is indeed doing. No, you can't die. Ah, missed. And wow, that was a bounce. And that's the thing, the T1 tank does provide a very large side profile to people. If they manage to, you know, get an angle from which they can shoot you in the side. And this situation is kind of a little awkward for Jam, because he doesn't really have the room to maneuver. One shot into him, leaves the T34 on 7 health. Ah, but a Hetzer manages to kill the guy before Jam's shot lands. Whew. And so after that little cluster, the game is over. Let's go and see how well Jam did. So here we go. That was an ace tanker for Jam, fire for effect fighter for picking up those 4 kills, unbreakable, duelist and bruiser, along with is that Spartan, cool-headed, steel wall and high caliber, so a nice slew of awards there. He actually managed to get 1,512 damage with those 4 kills for 1,139 base experience. Easily more damage than anyone else in the game and more experience to boot, although the Hetzer did fairly well, to be fair to him. 30 shots fired, that's the rate of fire on this gun for you. 20 hit, that's the accuracy on this gun for you. 14 penetrated, yeah, the penetration and accuracy are a little bit dubious, but never mind. To get that 1,512 damage. However, Jam received 30 hits, of which 23 bounced, only 7 actually penetrated. You know, the frontal armor on the KV-1 can really do you proud in the right situation. The side armor and the rear armor is rather dodgy, but the frontal armor is pretty decent. Spotted 3 enemy tanks, damaged 6, destroyed 4, got 593 assistance damage, travelled 1.72 kilometers, and of course I should probably mention he blocked almost 1,500 damage with his armor. 20,500 credit profit, which is rather nice indeed, especially considering that was with without a premium account. This is a tier 5. Tier 5s do tend to rake in the cash. As I said, if I was going to give Jam any single piece of advice, it would be to try and go for that drive wheel damaging tracking shot where you can. That will make your life a little bit easier and really annoy your opponents, which is kind of amusing. So, sticking with American heavy tanks and with subscriber replays, let's move up a couple of tiers. So, here is our second game today. We are with Satanum again, and he's in the T29. Yes, I know you've seen Satanum before, and yes, I know you've seen the T29 before, and yes, I know you've seen both of them together, but well, watching a T29 wreck face is just amusing, and this is quite a good example of T29 face wreckage. This is on the relatively new Overlord map, and as you can see, Satanum is platooned up with Wildcard 007 from the TIG clan. TIG? TIG? Not sure. None of these clans are going to be familiar to me because I believe Satanum plays on the North American server. And, you know, what's better than a single T29 when it's top tier? Well, 2 T29s when they're top tier is definitely better. So these guys are forming a platoon here, and hopefully they're going to be able to kick some spleen. Now, the Overlord, as I say, it's a relatively new map. I think it was introduced in 9.7. And, oh, hello, Mr. VK. You really don't want to be there because there goes half your health. Ha 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 ha. I haven't actually really worked out how to play this map yet, so I can't really say I'm particularly a fan thus far. Every time I play this map, our team just seems to get completely stomped. So I don't really know what I'm doing on this map. AMX-12T over to the right-hand side. For those who don't know, of course, this map is supposed to... Satanum got spotted. This map is supposed to be the setting for the D-Day Normandy invasions from 1944. The invasion of mainland Europe, Nazi-occupied mainland Europe. from the Western Allies, and the operation was codenamed Operation Overlord, hence the name of this map is Overlord for anybody who doesn't know. Anyway, you can see that no one on Satanum's team has taken the beach. I should also point out, sorry, going back to the map, you don't play like attack defense on this map. You don't try and storm across the beaches. It's played lengthways, if that makes sense, instead. Anyway, yeah, no one on Satanum's team has taken the beaches. In fact, the left flank, if you will, is relatively lightly defended. So I wouldn't be surprised if they're going to get a little bit overwhelmed over there. But Satanum has moved over here. To the right-hand flank, his team is losing 3-4. And hello, little Cromwell, how are you today? Bye! There's kill number 1. Oh, here we have a challenger. Oh, come on, come on. Sick him. 57 health, kill secure. Kill successfully secured. Kill number 2. And there's a panther. Come on, get him. Good boy. Panther has 800 health left, and he's just getting bum-rushed by all of these guys. He is not looking particularly healthy. You do not want a load of these guys going after you, and there's kill number 3. And congratulations, the 0 line has been won. And Satanum is camping for no one. He's just pushing forwards. Screw you guys, I want to attack. I don't know why I decided to do that impression. Right, T29 over there. Satanum puts a nice meaty shot into him, and oh, can you see that Churchill 7? Because the T29 is not a very good shot. Churchill, 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 Churchill. No! Satanum bounces on the T29's turret. If you get that sort of angle on the T29's turret, you have to kind of aim for the commander's hatch. Oh, there goes the Churchill. Kill number 4. The side armour on the T29's turret can really be surprisingly bouncy. Hello, KV-85. There goes a chunk of your health. Now, Satanum's using auto-aim a lot in this game, which in the way he's using it is fine. Ooh, that could have been better. Okay, he's not going to be able to use auto-aim on that guy because only a bit of his tank was showing. Nope. You're going to have to aim manually at that guy, mate. But most of the time, the auto-aim has been perfectly effective in the way Satanum has been using it. There we go. Kill number 5. You know, it allows you to keep moving without having to worry too much about your exact aiming. Satanum's taken a round from the enemy T29. Is the AMX going to poke out? Surely not. He's behind a building. He's going to stay there nice and safe, all holed up. Alright, let's get a wiggle on here, because the enemy, well, we only have a VK2801 defending our base. And hello, Mr. AMX, how are you today? Yes, that's right. 0 damage crit on an AMX-12T from this 105mm gun. Boo. Ah, surely he can't make that shot. No, this gun is not particularly accurate. That would have been hilarious, though. Satanum's team is now losing by 1 kill, which is kind of annoying. So, we need to kill this T29. And then really need to go back to defend the base, because the base is looking a little bit overrun. There's certainly an E25 and a Churchill around there. Friendly artillery nails the T29, and Satanum finally does something about the AMX-12T. His team are now 1 kill ahead, and that secures Satanum's top gun. So, there's the enemy artillery, presumably somewhere near the enemy spawn. There's a Churchill 1, who was last spotted in the middle of the map, and there's the enemy E25, who appears to be going for the friendly artillery. Oh, hello Mr. Churchill 1. Churchill 1 versus a T29. Place your bets now. Ouch. Miss. Did you bet on the Churchill? I'm sorry. We will be taking all of your money now. Did you bet on the T29? That's a good boy. T29 easily winning that engagement. And that's Satanum's 7th kill. 8 is a Radley Walters. Now, there's no opportunity here for a Paul's medal. There's only 9 kills in total available. But 8 would be a Radley Walters, which would be a very nice way to finish this game off. Now, as things stand at the moment, Satanum can kind of relax. They're in the capture circle. There's no immediate threat of them losing this. Or there shouldn't be. E25 is chasing down the artillery. This is French artillery. It's fast, little E25. Good luck with that. Satanum trying to find a shot here. Boom. Takes off a good chunk of his health. E25 picks up the kill on the artillery, but now even with the E25's blistering rate of fire and DPM, he's not going to be able to take down the T29. That's just not going to happen. And Satanum may even be able to ram him to death. Oh no, Satanum's lost his tracks. Whatever shall he do? There's kill number 8 and a Radley Walters medal. So that was a nice, brutal bit of gameplay for you. Courtesy of Satanum's T29, and that, of course, as I said, was a Radley Walters medal, so nicely done. Let's go and have a look at the post-game stats. So that was an ace tanker, unsurprisingly. Fire for effect, bruiser, high caliber, top gun, and of course that ever-valued Radley Walters medal. Satanum achieved 1,413 base experience. He and his platoon mate Wildcard were 1 and 2 on their team. Satanum was way out ahead of anyone else in the game in terms of experience or damage. Speaking of damage, Satanum did 3,656 of it, for 8 kills, securing that Radley Walters medal, absolutely wrecking the enemy team's face. 22 shots fired, 18 hits, 15 penetrations for that damage count. Most of that damage was at relatively close range. Satanum received 6 hits, of which 2 penetrated, 4 did not, for 725 damage blocked by armor. Enemy vehicles spotted, only 1, but he damaged 10 enemy vehicles, of which 8 of them died due to him. And he also got 245 assistance damage and 9 base capture points, because why not seize? And with a premium account, that was basically a 29,500 credit profit. It had been 11 and a bit thousand credits with a standard account. If I was going to give any advice in this game, it would be try to use auto-aim a bit less. In many of the situations where you used it, it worked nicely, but there were 1 or 2 places, and I'm thinking at the moment mainly of when you were shooting at the KV-85. Not all of the KV-85 was visible, you kind of had to manually aim at the side of the turret, and auto-aim will of course default down to the centre of mass. So try and use auto-aim a little bit less and manual aim a bit more, but nonetheless, there's no disputing that result. Damn fine. Game from Satanum there. So, I hope you guys enjoyed that pair of American heavy tank replays in the T1 Heavy and the T29. The T29 was a keeper for me. The T1 Heavy I'm planning to rebuy at some point. They're both, in my opinion, very good machines. In fact, so far, I think the odd-numbered American heavy tanks have been really good. The even-numbered one's a little bit lackluster, but there we go. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. If you did, please feel free to catch some of my other videos and or subscribe to my channel, and I wish you very happy hunting on that battlefield. Ciao ciao.